Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my videos. In this video, I'm going to show you a couple of books that I recently picked up as part of New Comic Book Day. But I'm also going to show you some books that I ordered that just arrived today, as well as some books that were sent to me as an AOK from my buddy Chuck. And so it's a nice stack of books, but we are going to work our way through it. And my hope is that you will actually enjoy this video. If so, I definitely want to encourage you to hit the like button and also to hit the subscription button so that you can stay abreast of all the content that I release on a weekly basis. First, let's take a look at the books that Chuck sent over to me. He actually sent me 3 books as an AOK, and these books are honestly pretty darn solid. The first is Samurai Santa #1. I have actually seen this book making the rounds on Instagram, but I never had an opportunity to pick it up, and thankfully Chuck hooked me up. This Samurai Santa is really cool. It is a black cover. This thing is in pretty solid shape to be a black cover book. But what also makes this book really cool is that Jim Lee actually did the inking on this. And if you've been following my channel for any length of time, you know that I am a Jim Lee fan. So while this is a humorous comic, it is also a really cool comic for me as a Jim Lee fan. So huge shout out to Chuck for hooking me up with this one. The next book that I want to show you is ROM 66, and this book is another dark cover, but what makes this one significant is that it's actually some Ditko cover art, and I think also interior art. I need to go back and check that, but Ditko definitely worked on this one, and it's definitely a cool book. I've only owned maybe 2 or 3 ROM books. Most of those I've actually given away, but this one, I'm going to hold on to this one. Very cool. And then the very last book that Chuck sent over to me is this massive book, this massive magazine. This thing is awesome. It is Space 99 from Charlton Publications. I think this used to be a TV show back in the day. I never saw it, but based upon this cover art, I may actually take a look at this. But this cover was done by Neil Adams. This is Space 99 from January of 1976. Really cool Neil Adams artwork right there. And I believe that Chuck said that these books were hard to find. I've actually never seen this book before, but I may actually try to jump on YouTube and see if I can watch an episode of this, because I have a feeling it might be pretty good. As a Star Trek fan, sci-fi fan, I dig this kind of stuff. So now to 2 books that actually arrived today. I actually ordered these books. They just arrived, and I'm going to be honest with you, I am a little disappointed. I really wanted the versions of these 2 books, but I was unable to find the versions in a timely fashion, so I received the 2 trade dress. And I am accustomed to dealing with a couple of online retailers that send you books that honestly are 9.8 candidates, and these 2 books arrived and they're not quite what I was expecting, so I'm a little disappointed. I actually reached out to the company a short while ago, and I'm actually waiting for a response from them. But the 2 books that I picked up was Amazing Spider-Man #24. This is the cover featuring the Kindred. You guys know I'm a huge fan of Amazing Spider-Man. I really dig this latest Amazing Spider-Man run, and I've actually been collecting it since issue #1. But this one is, I really wanted the Virgin, but I couldn't find it, but I ended up getting this one instead, and it is a super creepy cover featuring the Kindred, and this one actually isn't in bad shape. There is, however, one spine tick that I think might break color. I actually haven't taken it out of the plastic, but it's like midway down on the book, so again, a little disappointed in that. The second one is probably a little worse. This is issue #25. Super creepy cover. But it is a book. As soon as I saw this cover, I was like, I have to get this one. But this one actually looks to be pretty good. It doesn't appear to have any spine ticks, but there are 2 dings on each one of the corners that actually breaks color. I'm not sure how CGC is actually going to treat that. And that's kind of why I reached out to the company to see whether they've submitted any of these for 9.8 candidates and to see how CGC handled that. If it counts against me, I'm really going to be disappointed. If it doesn't count, then it's kind of okay. But again, you know, I'm happy that I was able to find these 2 books, but it is what it is. So there you have it. The next couple of books are books that I actually picked up as part of New Comic Book Day. And I actually picked up a couple of these because a few of you guys actually gave me a heads up specifically on this first one. This is X-Men, The Seeds of Tomorrow. This is Hickman's X-Men Revealed. This is actually a free comic that came out, and it's actually, I think, like a preview of the 2 books that are going to be dropping from Hickman very soon. So I'm actually leaving this one open because I plan to read this one tonight. This is, again, a free comic that was given away, but I was able to reach out to my shop yesterday because of one of you guys and was able to get them to hold one for me today. So I'm actually looking forward to reading this. And I think House of 10 and Power of 10 actually drop really soon. So this is a nice preview, I believe, of what is going to be contained in those 2 books. These next 2, well, technically, this next book is also a recommendation that came from one of you guys. This is Age of X-Men. Age of X-Men Omega specifically. This is the number 1. I actually picked up this variant and also the regular cover, and I believe that this is also tied to what Jonathan Hickman is about to roll out. So I wanted to make sure that I grabbed this, and I actually plan to read this one as well. 2 more books. These 2 books are relatively straightforward and no real surprise because both of these books are hot and they're books that I've talked about previously. It is Immortal Hulk issue number 21. Actually, we'll have 2 copies of this by the time it's all said and done because I have 2 pull lists. And then the very last book is Silver Surfer Black number 2. This book honestly it's a mixed bag. There are people that do not enjoy it. I actually think that it's a really fun read. And I think it's a fun read because the Laffy Taffy artwork and the kind of aloof out there writing to me fits very much with the black hole setting that some of these things are taking place in. And that's what makes it really fun. When the writing and the art all match up to the setting, I think it works incredibly well. Now, do I think I could read this for like 100 issues and look at this artwork for 100 issues? I'm not sure, but for this limited run, I am absolutely enjoying it. And I've already heard from a few people that have read Silver Surfer Black number 2. They have said that it is as good as number 1. So I am very hopeful, especially because of that amazing cliffhanger that was at the end of issue 1. So there you have it. That is essentially my mini haul for the day / AOK unboxing. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that you hit that subscription button so that you can stay abreast of all the content that I release on a weekly basis. If you need to reach out to me, feel free to do so at Regie Collects on Instagram and RegieCollects@gmail.com. And if you need me, I'm not too hard to find. Take care.